first half of this film called Kalakandi.
First half, why?
Because the second half just
Paresh, do you also explore your darkness?
Everybody else's darkness explode upon him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's the nicest character in the history of all characters.
Anurag Kashyap saw the film
Okay.
and at 1 o'clock when it finished, he said, "Ye picture dekh ke pizza khayega." That pizza khayega.
Hi, I'm Srijani from Filmfare and I'm so excited to speak to the cast and director of Lord Curzon Ki Haveli. I have with me Paresh, Pahuja, Rasika, Dugal and director Anshuman Jha. Welcome to Filmfare.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
How have the promotions been going?
You found us early. It's damn good. From now on, it's downhill.
Oh my god, I hope it's uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will.
But sir, I want to start with you. Basically, you're making your directorial debut. How did you find this script, firstly? And secondly, why did you choose this to be your directorial debut?
Black comedy thrillers are my favorite movie genre.
Okay.
Vikas Mishra is a writer. I have a lot of admiration for the writer of this film. We developed this over 2 years, and the final draft he wrote, I couldn't put it down. And that's why we decided to make this. And because so passionately feel about the things the script is talking about
Okay.
and the nature it's being said, it's talking about identity, it's
Mm.
talking about immigrants, but it's doing it in a very fun, light-hearted, yet dark way. So all elements that I love from a writer who I admire with a cast that I love was kind of a no-brainer.
Which are your favorite dark comedies, if you could talk to me about?
Indian Delhi Belly,
Okay.
Jaane Ki Do Yaro,
Okay.
Blackmail. Irfan Saab did a film called Blackmail,
Mm.
very underrated, but it's a very good film.
Okay.
And the first half of this film called Kalakandi.
First half, why?
Because the second half just goes south.
Okay.
I was off my chair in PVR when I saw that film. Also, I'm a huge fan of Akshay. But I don't know what happened. The second half of that film just it derailed, and he knows that. I've spoken to him about it. But the first half of that film is some trip.
Oh my god. Okay.
If you've not seen Kalakandi,
I haven't
watch.
actually.
I
I'm
think
so confused.
Sir's one of his best.
Okay. Also, I have watched the trailer. I mean, kudos for keeping it all, full of suspense and mystery. But one thing that really struck me was I couldn't really understand or make anything out of your character. And I'm saying this in a very good way. Like, I was like, what is she up to? Like, what is she doing? Why she's laughing so much? Like, what is happening? So, could you talk to me about your character, Rasika?
It'll be counterproductive to the trailer.
Put a little bit, like, for our audience, to
Sure.
understand too.
So I think the
Yeah.
trailer has had the desired effect.
It
Where it tells you
On
something,
me, yes.
it intrigues you, but it doesn't tell you the full
Exactly.
story, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
exactly the point of a trailer. I think Ira is a character that I was dying to play because
Okay.
she's sort of really the the kind of woman that all of us might have met or
Mm.
lived close to
Mm.
and known close. And just imagine if you. Sometimes I look at women around me and I think that what must she be actually thinking while she's trying to cater her life around the men in her life.
Yeah.
So what must she actually be thinking? And what if she actually gets to play out her desires or to play out her darkness? And I think Ida was that.
Does she play out her darkness?
I can't answer that question.
Is what we'll tell.
She has fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the definition of fun is open to interpretation.
Okay.
And what I also like is that, very often, and especially with female characters, it's revenge becomes a very serious affair. And it becomes very sort of like a revenge drama. And,
Yeah.
all of
Like she
that.
has to be the villain, kind of a thing.
No, but she has one intent. She has to be the
Okay.
hero has one intent, which is revenge.
Right.
And that becomes very unidimensional, and that's never fun for me to watch as a performer. And when you see somebody sort of having fun and exploring their darkness and sort of see another side of them, which is very conformist in the beginning, then this is a character right to be played. You can't say no.
Right. Paresh, do you also explore your darkness in the
No, not at all. My character
Everybody
plus
else's
15.
darkness explode upon him.
Yeah.
No, no.
He's the nicest character in the history of all characters. Such a nice guy.
Also, he thinks.
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic?
He's
You never
he's
know.
a character.
In this film, you will not know what's a joke, what's not a joke.
So
So,
yeah.
Okay.
I still don't know. Was he a good guy? Was he a bad guy? Was he a grey guy? We'll never know. But it was a lot of fun to play that part because to not judge a character on paper and free surrender to that without any sense of judgment. It was a lot of fun, and working with these beautiful people and Arjun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But it was shot in 15 days. Is
not really. 3 weeks.
not really?
Mm.
Okay, 3 weeks. But how was the preparation like? And I have also read somewhere that there were like rehearsals, intense rehearsals before you guys finally shot it. So how was all of that like? How
See,
did you put it all together?
this is the thing. You think of cinema shot in 3 weeks as, but there are months and months of workshops and rehearsals that go in.
Yeah.
Now, if you do a film, I always keep saying this. Producers make films, and why I say this, I'll tell you. And in the West, it's actually followed.
Okay.
When you mount a film, it's the producer's ability to dissect the script in terms of not just the art but the commerce. So you are, as an audience, consuming it as a 3 week shoot. It has happened in 3 weeks because of the preparation that has gone in.
Right.
Now you could shoot, another producer can shoot this film in 45 days. So it is about understanding what a film needs and how every film is a very different baby. And you can't put a template on every film. So I met these gentlemen at A24 when I was in New York. And one thing I learned from their mandate is that whether they are working with a A-list Hollywood star or a newcomer, the budget of the film determines how it is going to pan.
Okay.
And everybody on the set is aware of it and consciously in agreement with it. In India, we are still struggling with that because you are trying to put boxes and templates on things. So, just to cite an example, a film produced by an Amazon and a Netflix will have a different bandwidth.
Okay.
In terms of cost, in terms of resources.
Right.
A film independently done will have a different bandwidth. And luckily on this film, everybody understood that and came on board in the spirit of what the film needed. So it was, this film didn't need more than 3 weeks. If this film was done in more than 3 weeks, then it would be a sin from a producer's point, because it doesn't deserve more than that time given the setup, because it's mostly one location.
But as actors, I mean, this is a dark comedy. Of course, it has its levels of intensity. But do you take your characters home? Did you have to, kind of, how do you kind of manage, how do you kind of balance the fact that that is a character and this is me?
I mean, whenever I get asked that question, for me, there's no desire to balance it out.
Okay.
Because I feel like if you've been on a, I mean, there's no conscious understanding of what is, when I hear people saying this very often, saying, कि मेरा तो on off चलता है. I don't understand what on off means, because it's not so conscious a process कि आपको अभी पता है कि आप on और अभी पता है कि आप off हो. ऐसा black and white नहीं, इतना binary नहीं है. बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी होती हैं which is like subconscious, experiential. You can't really put a finger on it. You can't really say this is because of this, this is me and this is the character. I mean, how do you know, right? It's all like intertwined. I mean, while you're shooting, you would just hope that you're in it, and that's your worry and fear as an actor, that am I giving it my all? Am I giving it my best? Am I giving it what is required? And so that is the desire. So there is no conscious sort of understanding of what, when you're there, or what you have to leave, or what you have to take. I feel like every scene is like an experience in your life. So of course it'll stay with you. Some do, some don't, and some you forget, some you choose to remember in a different way. So those are, it's happened to you. It's happened. It's like that. You had asked a question about the workshop earlier, which I wanted to say because I mean workshops are very essential for any acting process, and very often people get unnecessarily impressed by the idea that you did a workshop for a film because it's actually the most basic thing to do. You know, it's like अगर ये नहीं किया तो फिर क्या किया? You know, and the intent of a workshop always for me as an actor is so that I can find a world in which in which the person I'm trying to be exists. कि और वो इतना it's not an intellectual exercise at all. It's supposed to be an experiential exercise.
Right.
And very often we workshop for films and the intent is right, but it ends up being counterproductive because it becomes very about, okay, now we will write a backstory. So, so then you will sit and think of 2, 3 ideas, which you are again thinking from very limited experience and becomes a very intellectual exercise.
Yeah.
This one, and thanks to Anshuman and his experience as an actor, was not like that at all, and thank God for that. It was such a breath of fresh air.
It was collaborative.
It was really nice. Really a workshop where he designed exercises in which we could explore things, and the exercise has to be designed such that you are not you don't have to be told to go on an intellectual path. You have to be told to just try and experience something. So that is, I think, something very beautiful that happened in this workshop, and it really gave me a world to place ER in, and to really connect her to some people I know, met, something that I have experienced, and all of that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, take it to another level because this is drama, this is film. You have to either hold back or exaggerate, or there is the play of intensity is why the director is there to tell you what to do. So
Right.
yeah, so I think the workshopping of this film was done very correctly, very nicely, and you can workshop my other films also.
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would
Full
love
marks to the Demeter director,
Yeah.
basically.
I have been so lucky with teachers who
Okay.
workshop me. Like I
Yeah.
trained with Barry John, so a lot of my exercises come from him. Then with Atul Kumar, these theatre directors, Kwasar Padamsi, who I acted in a play with, he directed it. And I realized she said it so beautifully. You can't tell an actor to intellectually go from here to there because then it will be a lie. The whole purpose of acting is to unlearn acting and to live the truth in the moment. And the only way to live truth in the moment is for the actor to discover the truth from within.
Okay.
The only way out is in. So a workshop is supposed to do that. Not, oh, we sit on a table, we do a table read, backstory. So what she said is so beautiful that, yeah, I'm sorry I missed that question in my flow. And I'm so glad you answered it. A workshop is supposed to create an environment for an actor to feel comfortable to explore what they want to bring on the table.
Right.
If an actor's job was to only replicate what's in the script and what the director is saying, where's the fun?
And you know what is interesting? Sorry, yeah,
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. But what is interesting about filmmaking for me, and I totally enjoy the challenge of that, is that sometimes you have to do things technically. Like sometimes you have to hit a mark. You have to, like the best filmmakers never ask you to, but sometimes situations just have it like that, and it ends up being like that. And sometimes filmmakers think no, कि this is the job of an actor. Technically, you करो क्या तुम अपने character में घुसे हो ये सब and that is an interesting challenge also. And I find that that my work should be that good that I'm able to do that also. But what I don't like is to be only able to do that. Where you're just hitting a mark. That really is cheating, and it really pains me to see that, and it really pains me when that is asked of me. So I just want to make sure that at that time that I'm able to hit your mark, I'm able to do all things technically, but there is an inner world which is worked upon so strongly that it's there so present that you can't deny that. Right. That should be there, and that is a very interesting part of filmmaking. कि आपके इर्द गिर्द जितना chaos चल रहा होता है, उस chaos में भी आप कोई से फूल निकाल के so it's like it's really that thing. Yeah. And it's almost like everything is working very hard against you. It's like somebody's yelling at the time that you have your most important shot. The focus goes exactly in the time when you had it. All of that happens. That's so much fun. That's the thrill.
On this film, that was my biggest point that I should make a safe environment for them.
Okay.
And on the first workshop day, I told all of them, let's fail. And I really believe, because the
Yeah.
moment you say let's fail, you're not putting pressure on, because now you can explore freely. And it's so important. Actors are such precious beings. You have to, there's nothing more important for an actor but to feel safe, secure. So on our set, there was no, when they were preparing or shooting, there was no chillana, chillingi, or all of that. We gave them a space to live out what we were trying to do there.
Okay. Wow. So much to absorb as well. To understand.
Different kind of interview, isn't
See, this is actually a workshop.
For me.
We just gave you a demo.
Yeah.
We did this for 3 days.
But yeah, Paresh, do you take your character home, or do you agree to Rasika that
I
there's
take
no?
everybody home.
Okay.
And
Wow.
then they-
What do we make of this?
No, I mean, we party at my place after the shoot is over, usually. No, but see, there is a workshop, there is a method to get in the character, but there is nobody tells you how to get out of it. Like she rightly said, we can't separate ourselves from the character because we've invested so much time, effort getting into it in first place. And of course, every character is an extension of who we are, some or the other way, right? But you have to find your way back to your own grounding, to your center, because otherwise you get lost in the darkness if you've explored that path a little. So I'm also finding ways to how to disconnect. I still don't know after the film is over.
Yeah.
How do I find myself back? Because sometimes you subscribe to belief systems for a character that you don't particularly believe in. Ideas that you in real life, in personal life, would be against those ideas, but for the character, you have to be convinced from that point of view as well.
Yes.
So to wash that off, I am trying to do things which bring me back to my center, and for that, it's very important to understand who am I as a person or aspiration.
Right. You've taken this movie to like film festivals, IFFM, Red Lorry. How is the audience there? How is the reception there? And what was the experience like to take Lord Curzon to the film festivals?
We've been very blessed, to be honest. We had a world premiere in Australia, North American premiere in Chicago, European premiere at Razor Reel Flanders, which is Europe's genre fest. We were the only Indian film there to be in that lineup. Some phenomenal filmmakers who I really admire. Also get exposed to films that I had no ideas getting made from other European countries. The Indian premiere at Red Lorry was exciting because I always wanted to bring this film to India in a very in a manner where it reaches to maximum people.
Okay.
To be very blunt, I didn't want an apology of a release. I wanted a release because I think the film was shot for the theatre and it deserves that.
Right.
And I believe in that. Red Lorry gave me the confidence, to be honest, because it was 2 houseful shows and I was not even here. I was in America. So these
Okay.
guys went. But I had my team at both the theatres recording 10-minute chunks from different places in the theatre.
Okay.
So for me, when the Red Lorry team said there'll be a second screening at PVR Andheri, I said, please don't do it. BKC is enough. They said, no, we have to. So I said, sure. And it was a 300-seater. I was like, maybe 30, 40, 50 people will turn up. But both the shows at BKC and then at PVR Andheri were packed. And the recordings I saw, people were laughing on the jokes we had done. The jokes were landing. So I sometimes truly feel in India, we self-restrict ourselves even before we've given the bird the chance to fly. And the film festival route has given us the confidence and the reactions at various places to bring this film out to a wider audience, which is why we are doing the kind of campaign and the kind of release now pan India.
Yeah, film festival audiences are great for confidence. I have to say, they're so sincere, they're so invested.
Yeah.
Watching a film, it's quite lovely. Like,
And
really.
the standing ovation, or whenever they're clapping and all, doesn't it kind of uplift your
Yeah,
confidence?
More than that, the things that people
It's
notice. And
Yeah.
they'll come and tell you about one detail that maybe you had also not
noticed.
not
but you did it,
really
yeah.
thought through, and it had just happened. You're like, oh yeah. You know? So it's great. It's really that love for cinema is really palpable. It's very, very nice.
Wow. And you were talking about this movie dealing with immigration and a lot of other important aspects. So, what do you want the audience to take away from the film and the watch?
I want them to have fun.
Okay.
This is a film. You'll have a lot of fun. And then if it makes you think afterwards, I think that's the purpose of art. See, no film will change society.
Right. Okay.
That's what I
Interesting. Yeah.
what it can do is start conversations. So something that always intrigued me is whenever I went to America and I saw Indians, I saw my wife is American.
Okay.
I saw them referring to Asians as immigrants. And it's so big right now, right, in the world, especially given the political scenario. But when I saw a white person in Bandra, everybody refers, oh, that's an expat community. That's an expat. And that always made my limited brain think, why? What's this hierarchy that's getting set within a hierarchy? And the film talks about identity from that point of view. आप कौन हो? अगर आप इंडियन हो जो यूके में बैठा है, are you Indian? Are you British? Are you in between? Because at the end of the day, everybody likes to protect their personality and their identity, right?
To belong.
To belong.
Yeah.
So where do you belong? And I saw a lot of my friends who went there, studied and started working, had a lot of money, but were not necessarily grounded. They used to miss India.
Okay.
And I saw that a lot. But they would never say it, funnily. I could see it in them because I knew them since we were kids. But I would never see them express it explicitly. So I said, what if there are characters who are at different levels of this journey of being immigrants?
Right.
And Vikas and me then fleshed out a script where these 5 people are at different. One is a Bangladeshi pizza delivery boy. One is an Indian from Bhatinda, Punjab. One is a second gen Brit who's living there, whose parents went there. One is a guy who developed the NHS. So it's a mix, it's a concoction. And then what a night when all of them come together and the secrets come out.
Right.
Where will it escalate to? What kind of a volcanic eruption? That was the idea. So I want you to have fun at the theaters. That's what this film will do. And then maybe make you think. Or not. I'm okay with either or.
Okay.
But you'll order a pizza after that.
You'll order
Yeah, I was
Anurag
watching it
Kashyap's-
last night and I wanted to.
Anurag Kashyap saw the film.
Okay.
And at 1 o'clock when it finished, he said, "Ye picture dekh ke pizza khayega." That pizza khayega. And he ordered 2 boxes of pizza.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
So,
If any pizza brands want to
come on board.
come on board and sponsor us, contact.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to Filmfare.
Thank you.
It's so amazing to speak to you, and I cannot wait to watch the movie and order a pizza.
Yeah.
Let us know which one you order.
Okay, yes.
And you'll see the movie, you know why.
Okay. Wow.